but it's called The Family Trade. Check it out.
Neat.
All right, passing it over to Mix Macabre
Yo, what
because
up?
they have. I'm gonna hope they can refrain from nerding out too hard and stick to something actually journalistic.
Nope.
Some journalistic integrity in this mother.
Too bad.
Give us the inside. Give us the lowdown on Shadow of War.
Yes.
Shadow of War.
That's very appropriate.
Beautiful.
Shadow of War is the follow-up.
The hobbits.
No, there's no hobbits in this.
No hobbits.
There's no hobbits in this.
Hobbitses.
In the much-awaited and anticipated follow-up to Shadow of Mordor. This follows the lovable buddy cop adventures of Talion and Celebrimbor, or as I like to call him, Kelly.
Buddy cop?
No, not at all. No, they're cursed.
Okay.
They're basically cursed to share a body. It's terrible. They're very upset about it. They're not buddy cops at all. It's bad cop and worse cop in this one. But
I don't think it was so much as cursed as that blue guy decided to take control of the other guy who was
Celebrimbor, the Ringmaker?
Yeah, the Ringmaker.
You mean one of the most important characters in all of Lord of the Rings ever?
Yes, that guy. He just forcibly took control of the other guy's dead body.
Sort of. He was already summoned for something else though.
Well, from the first game, he was a douche.
That's true. And so to follow this up, basically what happens is this game starts off with them making a new ring to try to challenge Sauron, which goes about as well as anticipated, where Shelob, my girl, for those who don't know, that's the giant spider, she shapeshift. Mm-hmm. She basically comes and steals the ring. It's great.
Wait, no, the original ring?
No. They made a new ring.
This
they made a new ring.
Quasi ring.
All right.
This is Kelly's ring. He made a new ring.
All right, now pause real quick.
Yes.
Johnny said the original game. This isn't the first in the series?
This is, as I said moments ago, the much anticipated follow-up to Shadow of Mordor. This is Shadow of War. So the basic premise of this game is very similar in that you have this awesome thing called a Nemesis engine, which is where you have randomly generated orcs, slightly based on your decisions, slightly based on things that happen in the game, but your gameplay is not the same as anyone else's. So there are different descriptors and different types of orcs that can kind of be combobulated together. For example, my personal favorite is one that has the subtitle The Poet, which is where you have this orc that talks in basically iambic pentameter, and it's amazing.
I don't really think poet
pops out the bushes. Thou art
cutest,
I will smash it.
Pretty much.
And that is an expansion that's new to
the
it's incredible.
Nemesis system. So it is phenomenal. They took a lot of the gameplay from the first game and really stepped it up a bunch. Another example, one that was really cute, was the Bard. And he came out and he had a little song, and my personal favorite was "Next time I fight you, I'll be ready and you'll be." And then he paused and went, "Daddy." And I was like, that just happened.
Oh,
good times. But one of the things about the Nemesis structure that makes this game so interesting is that the things that you do to these orcs, they come back. Even if you kill them, unless you decapitate them, they will come back. So, if there's a character that you cut their leg off, they will come back with a peg leg.
Nice.
And they will be mad about it.
Oh, they hold grudges.
Yes. Oh, do they? There's a character that I burned his face off, and he came back with half his face just covered in bandages. And he's like, "My beautiful face, you took my beautiful face." And then another character's like, "You were never that beautiful to begin with." And he just kills him.
Dissed him.
And the story, the basic premise of it is that you have lost this new ring to Shelob, and you want to get it back from her. So you do all this stuff to get the ring back. And eventually she's like, "This is way too much trouble for me. I don't need it," and gives it back to you, and all the stuff ensues. But Celebrimbor is extra salty in this game. But the thing that makes this game so interesting, so what separates this so much from the first game, is that the main component to it is kind of this fortress takeover. So there are different tribes of orcs, and each tribe has different qualities. My personal favorite are the Marauder tribe. They are kind of like the pirates of the orc world. There's also one that's Mystic tribe. They're very ooky, spooky, necromancy. There's Terror, where they light things on fire,
What about the Home Economics tribe?
The Home Economics tribe, unfortunately, they left that one on the cutting room floor. Though there are, I haven't encountered any in this game, but in Shadow of Mordor, I did encounter a cook.
Okay, so there are chefs.
He wore a chef apron, and he had there was a human foot sticking out of a pocket. He had a bloody cleaver.
It was just a one-off orc, or was he part of a clan of cooks?
No, he was just a dude. You ran into him too. He's just a dude. He was just a random orc, and he had
this big axe. I was like, whoa.
Oh, to find out there's like a Michelin, there's like a Michelin star rating.
Well, you know that there are restaurants in Mordor because my favorite moment of the Lord of the Rings movies is when they're yelling, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys," and like to do that implies that there is a menu ever. Therefore, there must be orc restaurants.
Oh yeah, they're shopping at McGrendel's all the time.
Now, how's the level system?
So
is it similar to the previous?
It's identical. Yeah, it's pretty much identical.
Okay.
And the main things that change though are again the structure of going up against these fortresses where you are building your armies to take down and take over fortresses, where you are taking out basically a big boss, like a main boss. And one of the flaws in this game is that it's either too easy or too hard to take down a fortress. So either you strategize and you like take out their like, you know, war machines, you take out their Olokai, you take out whatever their major structures are, and then you stroll right in like it's nothing, or you just try to take it down by brute force and you will fail. Now, this could just be me messing up on my end, but like there's no in between. Either it's a cakewalk or it's impossible.
Ooh.
Oh, there's an in-between. You just buy yourself to victory.
but you know what I mean? Like,
you don't pull the old pizza delivery.
Well, the thing is, you all but do. Like, I don't want to give too much away specifics, but like,
give it away.
There's some twists and turns that are real, real good.
So let's hit the nitty gritty with it. So I hear the main complaint before because I just got it. I haven't played it yet. I haven't even touched it. So I heard the microtransactions are very annoying.
Yes, extremely annoying.
So why is this?
I don't know. They wanted too much flavor. They wanted like too much flavor in the game.
So it's not a greed move.
Like I feel like the add-ons for things. Like, there's a lot of skills to unlock that you kind of need.
Well, what kind of skills? Like, okay, $5 to breathe?
Yeah, that's what it is. There's the air tags.
Are we talking about your own character skills or
your own character skills? There are character skill trees that are only unlocked with purchase.
Oh, wait, that can be a good thing.
That's a killer.
Wow.
If
here's the thing that I know of.
Okay.
I have not beaten this game. I have only say that I'm about halfway through.
So
I don't know what.
So I'm assuming that down the road,
if by
you
halfway
might be able
through,
to earn it.
now I'm wondering, or maybe these things will be available in full larger clusters with DLC.
So here's the good indicator. You know for certain that you can buy and unlock those skills. Yes. Okay, and right now you're uncertain as to whether you can earn it just from playing. That's an issue.
Yeah. So and again, a lot of it comes back to again like. There's bugs and stuff in this game that like need to be worked out. It's only been out for about 6 days, but there's a lot of like.
Is there in-game currency?
Hecked up. Not really. That's the problem. Like they can't.
They have two different forms of currency from what I remember. They have like I don't know, this blue stuff and the gold coins, which is money, which you have to use real money for.
But the problem is that only one type applies to the skill sets. There's.
Well, if you played the Marauder class,
so if you play Marauder Tribe, you can just go raid other players for their skills. No, you can't do that. I wish you could, though. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Because they have
arrows.
They have player versus player, like takedown of fortresses. So there is player versus player. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you can't steal their real world money. So that's unfortunate because boy, would that be fun.
But the player versus player, one player, in order to prevent themselves from getting their fortress raided and obliterated all the time,
could just stock on up. Absolutely.
Yeah, so they could just buy their way to victory.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, a cheese win.
But on a more fun mode, just the in-game stuff. Like, there's some cool character designs. You see like a nature elemental that's like super super sick. Again, Shelob like transformed basically into like a person. Because people forget Shelob is a giant spider, but like is also a shapeshifter.
All right, so I did not know that Shelob is a shapeshifter. That changes the story.
Shelob is a shapeshifter. All spiders are shapeshifters.
I can't imagine like the perverse things going on in Johnny's head right now with that revelation. Because the look on his face was like,
it's also
I didn't know.
heavily implied she bangs Sauron. Just putting that out there.
Wait, how do you bang Sauron?
He wasn't
shapeshift.
He used to be very pretty, Pat. He used to be very pretty.
Also, Shelob's a spider. Spiders can climb anything.
Yeah, see, Johnny understands.
It's not about climbing.
Johnny's read the fanfic. We're ready.
An eye has a socket, and you can.
Here's the problem with the lore. So there's.
Wait, what?
What?
So Pat's apparently having some problems.
Eyeballs fit in sockets, sockets can be.
Stop.
If there's a hole, you can put. This isn't rocket
No,
science.
I regret posing this line of questioning.
Also, I mean, it's they're both shapeshifters.
Okay, all right. You were saying
I've
something
never
about
seen a physical form of Sauron. I just want
well, he used to be. So when he was known by Anatar. Well, you see him in the first game.
Yeah, we did.
In the flashbacks, he was really hot.
That was hot.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, it was full of
Sauron basically like made himself like he was so hot that people would just listen to him. This is not me being funny. Like in the Silmarillion, it was basically like Sauron, then known as Anatar, was the gift bringer. He was like, oh, he's so hot and he's wonderful, and people would just follow him because he was so hot. That is not a joke.
He was like Kilgrave, basically.
I don't get this reference.
Go stand in the corner and look at the wall.
Have you ever seen Jessica Jones?
Sorry, I only understand Lord of the Rings references. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Okay. Who's like the top twink in LOTR so I can?
You mean Sauron? You mean Sauron in his physical form?
Oh, jeez.
You mean old school hot twink Sauron?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
So actually, talking about the lore, this is something that like I can't speak to personally because I don't care, but I know my girlfriend's been really salty about this. There's certain elements in the game that take place like 1,000 years out of whack in terms of like Middle Earth lore, but only the like dankest nerds are gonna care.
Like you?
All right. Sorry,
no, I don't care. No, I'm
cool.
one level more cool than that.
Well, isn't the initial the whole premise of Shadow of War and the original one, isn't the whole premise out of whack because
yes. So the whole thing is that this takes place between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So timeline, it doesn't work no matter what. But then they included like the fall of Minas Ithil, which becomes those who have watched Lord of the Rings or read it would know Minas Morgul. So you're like, wait, but that's where the Nazgul live. I wonder how that siege goes. So that takes place like 1,000 years before this game even happens. But it's a game. This is my opinion. It's a video game. Just enjoy your video game.
And with all due respect, it's probably one of the better quality games for the franchise ever.
Also, it looks beautiful. I also play Lord of the Rings Online, which I love, but it's a 10-year-old game, and going from one to the other, it's, it's like putting on anime from like the 70s and then putting on like the highest rendered CGI something. Like it's unbelievable the difference.
So this is like
it's just beautiful. It's stunning. The blades of grass sway in the wind. The blood splatter from a nice decapitation lands on plants.
You see the specks of puke come out of the orc's mouth.
You do, though.
I just want to know how nuanced it gets when you can, like, dismember cats and have one come back saying, "'Tis but a scratch."
Yes.
Yeah.
If you cut off one of their hands, they will come back with, like, a hook and be mad about it.
If you throw a knife in their eye, they'll come back with an eye patch.
Okay, you stop with the eyes. No more from the eyes.
A perfect example is, like, you could kill an orc. Like, let's say there's an orc, and I'm just going to make this up. Like, let's say there's an orc, and his name is, like, I don't know. Gertrum the Salty.
His name is Rudiger.
No,
Gertrum Ralphie Salt.
So Gertrum the Salty, and you kill him. And you cut his leg off, and you stab him in the eye. He might come back with an eye patch and a peg leg.
Nice.
And then if you kill him again by, like, I don't know, cutting him into a ton of pieces, but you don't decapitate him, he might come back, and now his nickname has been upgraded to the Unkillable. And unless you cut his head off, he will keep
Now, does that
coming.
increase his reputation?
System.
Absolutely, it does.
So
and increases his followers.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, so I'm just making this dude more gangster the more I take him out.
You don't have to get into every last detail, but there's something that you can do where you dominate them.
Yeah.
But in this game, you
Until
can
they
also.
say for it, is that what's going on?
But yes, but if they are kind of at death's door, you can also shame them, which will bring their ranking down. You can't recruit an orc whose rank is higher than your level.
Okay.
But if you shame him, you can
down.
bring him down to your level.
Hold on.
But if you shame them too much, they might go bazonkers.
You can recruit orcs that are above your level if you pay real money.
Johnny's real mad about this real money. I feel it. I feel it. Again, as someone who favors a free-to-play game, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, and the first game was phenomenal with this system, and the second one, as you said, they have improved so much of it, and I want to play it, but man, I hate loot boxes.
That's why I delayed buying it.
It's beautiful. Again, it's beautiful. The plot is very interesting. Has awesome characters in it. Great diversity of characters. I know a lot of people are very upset about Hot Sheila, but again, I'm super here for it. Like it's not my fault you want to bang the spider. Like I don't know why you're mad about it.
Why are we back to banging the spider?
Because that is the premise of the game, Pat. Oh. You want to bang the spider?
I don't want to bang any spiders.
It makes lore sense.
Pat, if you prefer the orcs, no one's going to judge you.
Where did we go so wrong?
There's some orcs there. Yeah. There's this one orc that the more you kill him, he just gets more piercings. He's just like the pain monger, and he just wants more pain. And he'll like follow you around and be like, "Yes, give it to me, kill me again." And you're like, "I don't want to."
That is programmed this game.
He like won't kill you. He'll like if he's about to kill you, he'll run away. Like he'll run away and be like, "No, must have more delicious pain."
The masochistic fetish orc is the selling point for you. That's what got you in.
That was the selling point.
Have you been reading my pet life?
They would literally hop out of the bushes and say the most random thing.
Well, there was
and you're dying laughing like, "Oh my god, he really
There was one from the first game that just like had like a hammer in his brain or something, and he would just run out and be like, "Buttons!"
It's like this big metal piece.
Yeah, he would just like everyone else would like come yell at you, and he would just jump out of like the bushes and be like, "Buttons!"
And I just love the fact that you're roaming.
But here's what's so funny about this.
Out.
But what's so funny about this, going back to that first game with that spooky arc, it was like something the mad, and he had like exposed brain. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But he was the only one that could see Celebrimbor. Because he was crazy, and he had all this brain damage and was like nuts. And no one would like listen to him, but he would look at you and be like, "Why are there two of you?"
What?
He was the only one that could see it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Almost all orcs. So that's if we're getting to orc class structure, it's problematic because they mostly speak in Cockney accent.
Yeah, no.
The best part about it.
So there is a very
two of you bloats, and I'm not feeling this.
There's a very large Australian. Actually, there's an orc. There's an orc in this game. I can't remember his last name. It's Kumail. I can't remember his last name.
Nanjiani.
Yeah, he voices one of the orcs.
Really?
In the game, yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
He voices one of the orcs in the game, and it's really, really funny.
That man does not have an orc voice.
No, but that's what's so funny about it. It's this orc trying to be like this big dude, and he's just not. And he's like really bad at the comebacks, and he'll just be like, "No, let me try that one again." And then he like tries to give you a snappy comeback, and he like can't do it.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really, really great. Like,
okay, you stay here and practice. I'm going to come back and for you. He's just that shadow dude from Adventure Time.
That's pretty much like this is like what happens. So like we're making fun of it, but like that is an actual thing.
Character happened.
But then of course, like if you want to like sit and think about this game too much, it gets kind of a bummer because you're like, am I enslaving these orcs? Like, am I?
Yeah, that was a controversy thing I saw online. Like, people are legit pissed about that.
Well, here's the thing. You're kind of not.
The first one.
Well, also, even less so than the first one. Because in the first one, you're, like, kind of dominating their minds and they become like, glowing eye shells of themselves.
Yeah.
They keep their full personality in this game. And if you try and dominate an orc that like really is into Sauron, like doesn't just fear Sauron and has loyalty to Sauron,
but has like pictures of Sauron on the wall.
Yeah, you can't take if he has like pictures of Sauron in his locker, like you cannot convert him to
calling
work
Sauron
for you.
And hanging up real quick,
He's not having that.
He won't have it, and you're not so much as like mind controlling them as kind of persuading them to be like, you don't want to follow that guy. He treats you like crap. Follow me. I'll treat you like slightly better crap, and I'm hotter. And they'll be like, sounds good. And like you can like win them over. Like you can just like give them tons of grog. Like you could just give them tons of crappy orc juice.
So basically, you just roofie them.
Yeah.
So it seems like they really.
Okay, so that's like really the Bill Cosby DLC. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it has to be. I didn't know you could get them drunk. That's like going on a date.
So they really expanded into like getting these orcs.
You guys are like giving me like
this complex. Is you recommended this.
Awesome. I think that's awesome, man. I know you just take orcs out on a date and get them drunk and get them loopy.
Only my boy Ratbag. If I could date any orc, it would be Ratbag.
All right. The only reason I'd really get into this is for like the sadistic aspect. I love like psyops, where you could pick up the guy and slam him into the wall.
Just in terms of the brutality of some of the kills, like this is 10 out of 10 on that. Also, there's horrible dragons. Like I really don't know what more you want. Like there's dragons.
Why did you wait till now?
There wasn't dragons in the first one.
There's dragons now.
That's awesome.
And it's sick.
That's worth it.
And Shelob's hot. What do you want? 10 thumbs up, like on this guy. Like
dragons, I'm sold.
You had me at hot Shelob.
Hot Shelob.
Now I gotta play just to see what she looks like.
All right. So apparently, Sauron's a sexy twink.
That's canon. Tolkien wrote that.
Yeah.
That's not even on me.
I want to know why.
That's our Lord and Savior.
I want to know why Tolkien Tolkien wrote all this in the first place.
He was a good Catholic boy.
What was he hiding?
He was a good Catholic boy.
That's not what good Catholics do. All right,
he's
good
a nice Catholic boy. That's why elves have sex like once.
I can tell you why he wrote it, honestly.
And then they wither away because he hated trains.
Because
he hated trains.
No, I think
he hated trains.
Lord of the Rings is because he hated trains. He hated technology. He hated technology, and he hated trains.
I read somewhere that he just didn't. He felt that England didn't have like a mythical lore, and he just created.
Yeah, I mean, jokes aside, I'm being silly, but if we want to get like deep into like the Tolkien wise,
it's like a lot of weed in the pipe.
It's very much a like anti-industrialization love letter to like the Shire was proper old England, and we ate figgy puddings and didn't have these horrible trains. He used to like go outside his house and like yell at the passing steam train. This is totally real, guys. He hated technology.
He liked Cocoa Puffs because he was cuckoo.
All I'm hearing is like the little rantings of a crazy old man that somehow. Yeah, exactly.
That's Tolkien. Yeah, and now here we are.
And he did sit by the porch with the pipe.
With my boy, the pavemonger.
No, we all know
begging
Gandalf
Daddy
had
to
PCP
kill him
in
again.
that sucker.
And this is the legacy of Tolkien.
Gandalf.
And somewhere out there,
Gandalf sits back for a nice pipe of angel dust.
We didn't see him sneaking the extra drop. Like,
oh my God.
Okay, so
every day we fall further from God's light.
Okay, so what's the proper verdict on Shadow of War?
Oh, it's amazing. Play it. It's great.
Thumbs up.
10 thumbs up. I already said 10 thumbs up.
Yeah, but that was in the middle of a rant. We don't know
10
if that's
thumbs up,
real.
and I highly recommend the Marauder Tribe for as many characters as you can find because they're so good.
All right, cool. And keep an eye out for the Home Economic Tribe DLC.
Yeah, that's gonna be
maggot pies and hackneyed goats.
And Johnny will pay for it first. Top dollar. Johnny's pre-ordered that sucker. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, gonna pass it over to Dirty D for some more serious fare.
No, what's up, man? Nice boy.
Oh, man, you got to check out the non-Twink Sauron laden Earth Atlantis.